Back then in secondary school, I was nicknamed Sandpaper Face. We'll do this whole part again. Hello everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, thank you for coming. We are a family here. You are welcome to the family. We are family, we are one. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, thank you for coming back to listen to this little girl yap. It means a lot to me. So let's head over to the main content of this video for today. So I'm sure from the title, you probably have an idea on what this video is all about. So this is Lock in Your 2025 Goals series. Lock in Your 2025 Goals series, and it's divided into two parts. And the first part, which is this part, is talking about is it like a reflection on your 2024 goals and my 2024 goals, what I set out to do this 2024, what I achieved, what I didn't achieve, a realistic view on my 2024 goals. And the second part is what I learned in this 2024 that I will implement in 2025. This 2024 was my first time ever using a vision board. So there are some things that I probably didn't get right, or some things I know that I would have done better now. So stick around for the next part where I'll talk about what I learned and what I would do better to make my 2025 goals more achievable. So this is just a reminder for those that set out their vision boards this year, 2024. Even if you didn't achieve everything on that vision board, you achieve well, you achieve one or two, you are still capable of achieving anything you set your mind to do. So don't forget to lock in your 2025 goals. So I have here with me the paper version of my 2024 goals. I printed it out and I pasted it, so this is here. I'll be using it to go ahead. So we'll start from top to bottom, from bottom to the top. So the first one we have here is skincare. Back then my skincare routine was pretty much non-existent. I don't have a skincare routine. And I don't know why. It was just this year I found out about skincare. I don't know why. But like I said, it's better late than never. Never. My skincare, if I could call that a skincare, it was just me and my body cream. Body cream that I rarely use because it always met me at the point of expiration. I can buy it and then it will be with me till it expires. So it was pretty much non-existent. And back then in secondary school, just a little bit throwback. Back then in secondary school, I was nicknamed Sandpaper Face. When I heard about this nickname, I didn't really bother myself about it because I didn't know what a sandpaper was. But after secondary school, this nickname came in my SS3, that's the final year of secondary school. After my secondary school, I saw a sandpaper and I felt how rough it was. And I was like, why are they naming me that? Like, if I could go back in time, I would have, on some people, I would have literally on some people, because that's too crazy. That's too crazy. That's too wild. Like in secondary school, I felt I was probably going through puberty. That's why I had all those pimples thing on my face, those breakouts on my face. But then, as I'm going through puberty, these kids, we are really making good use of their freedom of speech. They were making good use of their freedom of speech. So So this year, I decided I'm going to take good care of my skin and my face, to be precise, because I always have this pimple. It's not big, it's just small, 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 tiny, 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 scattered all over my face. So this is how my skincare journey started. Actually, I wanted to learn makeup this year, which I didn't do. I got the makeup things. I got some powder, some foundation. I forgot some things I got. But I got something. The only thing I didn't get were the brushes because the store didn't have them. They were like, oh, come back the next week for the brushes. And that week, while I was waiting for the next week to go for the brushes, I encountered skincare. I saw this lovely Instagram post of a young lady talking about how she wants her skincare to be and how she wants her makeup to be. The makeup just had few things in it. It just had a powder, a lipstick, and I think one of those brushes or foam thingies. Just had it. Then the skincare was so like it was well defined. And I thought to myself, what actually is this skincare? What actually is this skincare? And then I went and did some research. And I found like, wow, this skincare might actually be the solution to my problems. Why didn't I think of it? Why didn't I think of it? And with skincare, you don't need much. You don't need much. You just need to start with some few things. Like for me, basically, I started with cleanser, toner, um, what was okay, serum. Yep, I use this vitamin C serum. That was what I started with, and what again? I don't know why I'm forgetting it. I don't know why I'm forgetting it. Cleanser, toner, serum. Yeah, face cream, and sunscreen. Although my sunscreen, I didn't really use much of it though, because it was leaving this white cast on my face, and I hated it, so I just abandoned it at the point. But if you have a good sunscreen, good for you. So just basically these five things. So that's what I actually went on to get when I went to get my first skincare set. I also got body scrub and a body wash, just for my body to use. Because skincare, your body has to at least feel some changes too. So that's how I started my skincare routine. But then I was as inconsistent can be. I was so inconsistent with my routine, and it's okay, it's normal. This is from a girl that only used body cream back then, and body cream I wasn't even consistent using it back then. So it was really okay for me. But then months went by, and I told myself, no way am I going to let this skincare meet me at the point of expiration because it costs money. It costs money, and I'm not going to wait for it to expire in the bottles. And I started using it consistently, and my face has gotten better. And I asked myself, why? Why didn't I start sooner? Why didn't I start this year, the beginning of this year? Why didn't I start as soon as I bought it? Why was I wasting time with being consistent if I knew the result would be like this? And now I'm so happy. I'm so happy with my skincare routine. I'm going to get like more, I think so, to add to it. But I'm so happy with my skincare routine. I'm so happy with the results. And that's how I did it for 2024. You just have to focus on your goals. So the next one here is YouTube. YouTube. Starting a YouTube channel. Well, no much talk. We are watching this on YouTube. Well, starting a YouTube channel was like, what content will I put out there? Will people like what I put out there? Will people care about listening to this little girl yap? Like, will anybody care about that? Will anybody subscribe? There are a lot of those kind of thoughts, and I just told myself, Beulah, stop worrying about the things that you can't control and worry about what is in your control. And then I started. And I posted my first YouTube. That was November 23rd. And I was surprised. People were following me and people were subscribing and people were watching. I was like, wow, wow, people love listening to this little girl. Yeah, after all. So this is a sign that you should do what you want to do. Forget about what you feel people will say or what people will think about you. Just do you. Do you, be you. People will come. People will come. So that's how my YouTube channel came in place. The only thing is that when starting a YouTube channel or when starting out your goals, try to be better each time. Try to be better. Don't be at the same level. At least try to aim for a different level each time. So you become good, really, really good at what you do. And even if you become good, strive to be better. Try to be better. There is always room for more improvements. And that is it for this Pax YouTube. The next one here is Python, learning about Python. Oh my gosh, Python. It was a crazy journey. It was a crazy journey. I've always wanted to learn Python as as a coding language. And when I first started, I dropped it. I will not lie to you. I dropped it because it was so confusing. I think I started looking at it. That was May or April. I dropped it. I said, what is this thing I'm saying? It was so strange. I said, I beg, not be me, kid Jesus. I dropped it. But then I later came again and I picked it up and I started learning it again. I'm not good. I'm saying I've barely scratched the surface, by the way. I've barely scratched the surface because the thing is still complicated though. I've not gotten my head around it, but at least I'm learning it and I'm getting more interested each day as I'm learning it. It's like, wow, wow, wow. So I can learn this. It's giving me the vibe like, wow, so you can learn this, you can learn Python with all the like, I've not even reached the main 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 part though. I'm barely at this surface. But I appreciate growth as little and as minimal as it can be. So we're going to change our environment and talk about the next one. Then we'll wrap up this video. Welcome back. And the next my 2024 goals was to eat healthy. And when you say eat healthy, it's a bit broad, it's a bit complex. So I just broke it down into what I wanted to achieve when it comes to my diet, when it comes to my nutrition. And first was to reduce the way I take in junk food, to reduce the way I take carbonated drinks, to drink more water, to also reduce or stop the way I eat out because those eating out are not actually healthy. You don't know how the meals were cooked. Sometimes you know that it wasn't cooked in a healthy place because even from how the environment is, there's no how that food cooked will be healthy enough for you to eat because the environment is not clean. So it's also reduce the way I eat out, which also means that I'll have to increase the way or increase the amount of times I cook or look for other supplements that can aid the times when I didn't feel like cooking, which was actually a struggle, but it was actually done. For the carbonated drink, I started by reducing because when you want to stop a bad habit, you don't just boom stop it immediately. You reduce it gradually. You reduce it. So I had to start reducing the way I eat out, the way I take junk, the way I drink all those carbonated drinks. I had to start reducing them, and it was a conscious effort. I also had to start cooking again because since last year 2022, I don't know if I cooked up to 3 or 4 times. It was my cooking was so rare. I was always eating out morning, afternoon, night, morning, afternoon, night, morning, afternoon, night. So I had to stop and had to really work on my nutrition, work on my diet, and yes, that was a goal I actually had in mind for 2024. So the next one, we're taking two at once, and we have journal and self care. Woo! What is self? What is self? Journal and self care. Self care. My self care came in form of reading book, non-fiction books that add value to myself. Journal was me documenting my daily slash weekly slash monthly experience. My journaling wasn't every day something, but there were times where I wrote down my thoughts, wrote and expressed myself better in writing, pen, and on a book. And self care was me reading. Like I said earlier, I read books that added to my knowledge, expanded my knowledge. And in fact, I feel 2024 mainly the major highlight of my 2024 was about learning. Was about learning. I learned a lot of things in 2024, and that was a major highlight for me. Okay, the next one here is graduate. Graduate. So 2023, I had some schools and programs that I was currently running. There were three. I entered the new year, that's 2024 January, with three currently. And, I was like, bro, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to finish this entire tree. I'm going to finish this entire tree. And yep, I finished it. They once also get the certificate of completion. I got it. The other one, I'm waiting for the official ceremony. You know, my business school, I'm waiting for the official ceremony. And that's it. Then the next one is this. I don't know if you can see it. This right here. This right here. Cosplaying. 2023, I cosplayed as Nico Robin. Nico Robin for this anime convention, and that was my first anime convention. So I said, well, that 2023 it was kind of an unexpected and unplanned kind of cosplay. So I said 2024, I want to do something big, something unique. So I had to put it in my vision board. So I'll remember to save towards it because this costume cost money. It costs money. I checked it on the website to order it, and I was saying um $150. Like, do you know the conversion rate? $150 for this gown. And then I called my plug and said, you can do it cheaper. And he responded and did it cheaper. But then this cosplay, I don't want to talk about the shoes. The shoes I use, oh my god. I'm putting the picture right here. Those shoes were after my life. Anytime I post a picture, I'll always get a comment about the shoe. Like, what is up with this shoe? Why this shoe? Why this shoe? I had no other option. No other option. Like I literally had no other option. I wanted this shoe that was to the knee, but I couldn't find a vendor that could supply it. And 2 days to okay, before then I was like, okay, if I can't get a boot that is to the knee, I'll look for the one that is like ankle size. And 2 days to the events. Someone um we saw this seller and he was like his ankle, like you can see it reaches my ankle, I guess. And he had it and I was like, is this not a guy's shoe? Is this shoe not for men? And he was like, no, this is unisex. I said, it's looking like a man's shoe. He said, because it's unisex. Well, long story short, I bought it and I wore it. I said, as I've bought it, I'm not going to wear any other thing because we're like, you can wear heels with it. Wear heels when I've already spent money to buy the shoe. I will wear the shoe like that. I'll wear it with my pretty dress. Everything mustn't be perfect. I spent money on the shoe and I must wear it for that day. The next year I'll talk about is hair. My goal this year was to get um good hairs, wigs. When I say hairs, I mean wigs. Like I already had some wigs, but to add to it this year, basically because this year I really went out of touch with making my hair, with braiding. We're doing this. We're doing this. Like this is the first attach on my head this year, and this is December. So in January, this thing haven't been on my head. So I really lost touch of getting extensions, sitting down and making the hair for hours. It just is that the thought of it some always made me feel exhausted. It made me feel so drained. So I had to get wigs. Wigs because doing all back, you won't sit down for hours. You just sit down for minutes and do your all back. The next year is my money. Ching. My money. Well, like they say, if you want something, you have to get used to the opposite of that thing. If you want knowledge, you have to get used to being dumb. The feeling of not knowing if you want to acquire knowledge. That's how if you want money or if you want is it financial freedom? Oh, no, I don't do financial freedom. Financial freedom is actually broad context, but if you want to increase your money, you have to get used to the feeling of being broke. The feeling of being a broke. And this year I met my brokest, my brokest self. This year I met my brokest self because when you look at it, you'll be like, oh, I have this, but I can't use it because you're making conscious efforts to save it, to invest it. So instead of instead of just keeping my money there, let it just spending it carelessly, I started to become more conscious of my money and I said to acquire things like stocks a lot. I put more stocks this year than I've ever the previous years. To acquire a lot of things like stocks. I acquired interests and some other good things. But then the feeling of being broke was always around me. Because by the time the money is coming, I'm really thinking of which stocks should I buy? Which investment should I take? And the next one here is exercise. Exercise. To keep your body fit. I actually exercise this year, though I didn't hit my fitness goal. My fitness goal, I wanted to have these abs. Although it came kind of later, I thought of it, but I didn't hit that goal. I didn't hit my fitness goal, but I exercised. I exercised. And there was no month that I didn't exercise. In fact, I don't think there was any week, there was no week that I didn't exercise. I'm not mistaken. There was no week I didn't exercise for the year. And even it can be my most lazy form of exercise, which is just walking, getting that 5,000 steps in, or it can just be like jogging for like 30 minutes or 15 minutes, depending on how lazy I feel like that day, to the normal regular 30 minutes, 2 days, 30 minutes twice a day exercise, depending on how energetic I was feeling. But I exercised and it was really good because I felt fit. I felt, there's something about exercising. Once you're done exercising, there's this sense of accomplishment that you just, I don't know, it might just be me, but I always have this sense of accomplishment, like I've done something. I've done something for the day. So when I wake up and I exercise, it's kind of sets my day right. So I enjoyed exercising. The next one is this right here. This bro right here. 100K followers on Instagram. Yep, that didn't work out at all. I wasn't even this close. I reached the 1,000 followers mark this year. That was January or February ish. I think it was 1, 2 or so. But then that was just it. That was just it. I just stopped. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to create the content. I don't have to think about it, but this this right, it didn't work out. It didn't work out at all. And it's okay. It's okay for things not to work out. It's okay for some things not to work out, but you count your win. You look at the good side. Okay, so we're going to switch the environment again and then do the finale of this video. So we are back to where we started. Yep, welcome back to this series, Lock in your 2025 Goals series. Now, when setting out your vision board or when setting out your goals, if your goals doesn't scare you, it's too small. You have to set it in a way that it will scare you. And don't forget to be realistic with setting your goals. But that doesn't mean you should set mediocre goals or set goals that you know aren't what calling goals. Okay, so set in your goals, write your vision, make it clear, make it plain, and work towards it. And lock in your 2025 goals. Now, before you start writing or working on your vision board, or if you've already started working on your vision board, take a moment to reflect. You need to reflect on the year that have just been concluded before you start the new year. So, what are you going to reflect on? You need to reflect on what you are grateful about, what you are grateful the most about. That's one thing you should focus on in this reflection, what you're grateful about. The next is your happiest moment, the thing in that year that made you very happy, your most happiest. No, I think that word, that English is not correct. You can't use most and happiest. I think so. Yeah, so your happiest moments. Focus on your happiest moments after you have focused on gratitude, focus on your happiest moment. The next is focus on a meaningful lesson that you learned this year, the meaningful lesson you learned this year. Then your personal accomplishments, what you accomplish. It can be as many as anything, and it can be as little can be. But an accomplishment is an accomplishment. A win is a win. A win is a win, no matter how small it is. As long as it is a win, it is a win. Then also focus on your major life goals. Your major life goals right now. And I think that should also be the starting point of creating your vision goal, your vision board, because your vision board should always try to address your major life goals among the other things that you have. Your major life goals should try and be included, at least um even if you can't, how will I put it? How will I, even if you know that to achieve that major life goal to take you some time or some years to achieve it, you can always include the steps to achieve it in your vision board. In your vision board. Okay? So stay stay focused, stay consistent. Don't be as inconsistent can be. Rather be as consistent can be. And lock in your 2025 goals. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you right here. Right here. We are a family, and family we root for each other. We root for each other in a family. So I'm rooting for you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment on your happiest moment in 2024. You can leave a comment, or you can leave a quote or a lesson that you learned in this 2024. Share this video so that it can reach more people. And also, don't forget to come back for the part 2 of this series, of this Lock in Your 2025 Goals series, where we'll talk about how to actually set your vision board and things you can do to make your vision board more realistic and more achievable. See you soon.